You know, this is a very, very evenly matched field. You know, the qualifying speeds were all very, very close. Really, the right boats have made it to the final. You know, sometimes you get boats in there that got there through attrition. These boats have earned the right to be there.
Something else, Chip, that's actually kind of rare. All 6 frontline starters, drivers do have unlimited victories under their belt. So it's all gravy now.
A lot of pros out here. You know, Mark Tate being the older statesman, but all of these guys have won races. A lot of them have won championships, and it looks like it's time to go racing, but they might be a little early to me, Trent.
They look very early, and the Alberto has actually gone dead in the water. The Elam is leading them up in lane 1, and very slowly. We're under a minute, looking at about 44 seconds to the start of this race. And the Elam will be on lane 1. Terry Troxel is snuck in there in lane 2. Looks like Budweiser will be in lane 3. Mike Hansen will be in lane 4. Let's see how they shake out. The Trend West is going to the outside, but Steve David lost the fire in the Alberto up the backstretch. He's trying to refire it, and if he can get it going, he can still get a good start. 23 seconds to the start. It is the Elam will be in lane 1. Some are losing their positions now as they come around. The Budweiser will be in lane 3. The Alberto has restarted, but it's Elam in 1. In 2 is Terry Troxel, WGAB. The Budweiser will lead them to the start, and Dave Bilwalk looks maybe a little early. Let's see. It's the Budweiser across the line. It's a good start, and Dave Bilwalk wired the start. We go down to turn 1. The O'Doul's Eye in the Sky has a beautiful picture of it as coming out of turn number 1. It is Miss Budweiser first. Elam is tight on lane 1. Troxel is right in there in lane 2, and it is a great boat race off the exit pin, but it is Dave Bilwalk looking for a 7th consecutive Thunder on the Ohio, leading them up the back stretch, Chip.
The last thing you want to do with Dave Bilwalk is let him beat you at the start. He's got the best boat out there. You want to be there at the start, but Dave wired it. He had maybe 2 or 3 bow lengths on the field, and I think he's going to make them pay for that.
Oh, it is very tight inside. You know Bilwalk will give them their lanes and nothing more. Elam struggles on that inside lane. I think he took some water in his back of it. Troxel on the inside, giving Bilwalk all he can handle, but it is Budweiser's boat race. Bilwalk completes lap number 1. Troxel half a wrister tailback. Elam is back to 5th place now. 3rd place is Hansen. 4th is Trent West. To the O'Doul's Eye in the Sky once again. It is the Budweiser on the outside. It's Terry Troxel and the WGAB on the inside. Bouncing through some slop in turn 1. It's still Budweiser.
What Budweiser is doing is he's tightening that lane up so Terry can't go in there with a full head of steam. He's got to back off to keep it in lane 1 to not slide out. That was a great turn on Dave's part. He really had Terry bound up, and now Terry's really going to play. It's going to be tough to catch up from there.
It is. It's very hard, Chip, as you know, on those inside lanes without the lead. Those lanes are being dictated by the lead boat on the outside, and that's usually not a happy driver, and it's going to make you pay for having the inside lane. It is the Budweiser off the exit buoy of turn 2, and here he comes. It is Miss Budweiser completing.
We've got a really good race for 3rd. We've got Mike Hansen, but he's being pressured on the inside from 8 bound, and he's being pressured from the outside by Mark Tate. So he's going to have to run all 5 laps flat out to stay in front of these 2 guys. Dave is in a commanding position now. He can move Terry Troxel wherever he wants on the race course.
He turned 140 miles an hour in the 2nd lap from the outside lane. And Chip, I guess you can talk about restrictions and all that, but the Budweiser is a great handling boat, isn't it?
It's a great handling boat, and you got to hand it to Dave Bilwalk. You know, he really didn't have good starts all day long. He seemed like he was struggling. But, you know, that's okay, because when you want a good start, you want it in the final heat of the day. That's where the paychecks are. That's where the points are. And Dave's ran a perfect final heat so far.
He will come down to complete lap number 3. The U1, the 6-time defending Thunder on the Ohio champion, Dave Bilwalk, completes lap number 3. In 2nd place is Terry Troxel, and Mike Hansen and the Elam are hooked up in a good battle for 3rd. There is a possible penalty on the Elam for an infraction as well. So Nate Brown is having a very difficult day. It's difficult, Chip, as you know. It's very hard to be on top and have those expectations come. It's something Dave Bilwalk is dealing with now and performing admirably under. Something new to Nate Brown.
Nate's never been in a boat that's been expected to win. He's been able to go out there and get what he can get. But now he is expected to win. His owner, Eric Elstrom, won nothing but first. And makes you make mistakes. And Nate's going to sleep good tonight because he's had a long, hard day today.
He has. It's Dave Bilwalk now by about an 1/8 of a course. He is off the exit pin. He will get the white flag showing 1 more lap to go for your leader. The Budweiser and Dave Bilwalk complete lap number 4. with a sizable lead, and it's still a battle now for second. Mike Hansen trying to run down Terry Troxel for second. Troxel across in the WGAB in second. Elam is up to third, and Hansen in fourth, but that's pending that penalty. O'Doul's Eye in the Sky has the Budweiser for the final time around off the exit pin of turn 2. Chip.
It looks like to me Terry Troxel has lost the inlet to the engine, and that means he's not getting the air to the engine that he needs to defend, and I think they're going to go by him. I think they're going by him right now.
It looks like it, but of course that penalty pending on the Elam. The Budweiser's your leader. We will follow Dave Billwalk as he tries to put a capper on this day. Budweiser, Thunder on the Ohio. Troxel still holding on, Chip, and it looks like a great battle in that upper turn. Hansen has backed off a little bit now, back in fourth place.
Second place is going to be decided right here at the run and finish, and the guy that's being lapped could be a factor because Nate Brown is going to have to run into that lapper's water.
But here is your winner. It's the Budweiser wins. The Budweiser Thunder on the Ohio. Elam comes across the line second. We'll check with officials. Troxel comes by third, and it'll be Mike Hansen coming by the line in fourth. And Chip, I guess Mark Tate may have been telling the truth at least this time. You know, Trent West boat, he had it on the outside, and he just didn't feel comfortable with it. Sticking his nose in that turn first. And there's the Oberto, of course, lost power before the start.
Well, you know, hats off to Budweiser, Dave Billwalk. They've done a great job. They had the best prepared boat. You know, we came down to the final heat. Dave reached down inside, got a great start, and was really never threatened all that much.
Chip, we're going to take a break and hustle down to the winner's dock for Budweiser Thunder on the Ohio. We'll be back after this timeout.
Was that a big or what?
Dave Billwalk, the winner's dock. Come on in here, Bernie. It is a party down here. Evansville is the place to be for Budweiser people, apparently. And first of all, Dave, 7 wins in a row in Evansville. These fans are never going to believe you again that you're having any trouble at all.
Yeah, I don't even look at him. The guys did a perfect job, and luckily the other guys, they got the inside, but they didn't get a very good run at the start. I think I'd even get an attaboy from Chip Hanauer for that. So we got a run on them, and the water was rough, and we ended up out front. That was great.
I think Chip gave you 6 attaboys. That was a perfect start with lots of boat speed. Was that pretty much what you needed?
I had to. We had to be so perfect at the levels we're at to win a race, and you know we've been trying for a lot of them, and finally we got one again.
Does this course set up well for you and the boat? You can keep your speed up? I mean, is that part of it?
I don't know. I just think we know all the little things about this course. And the crew, like I said, they pretty much had the boat in the parking lot all weekend long. And then the last couple of runs, really, Mark and the rest of the guys had the right setup to get the boat down the course and through that rough water. It was really rough out there with the wind blowing in upstream. So they had to get through that stuff. So that's why I really didn't want to get in lane 1. I wanted 2, 3, or 4, and the opportunity opened up.
All right. Bernie, another win. You start your 40th year with a victory. No one's going to believe you ever anymore either.
No, I know that. That's a total fact.
What was your thinking going into the final? What did you think Dave needed to do to get you to the checkered flag first?
Well, it's pretty obvious what he needed to do as far as he's concerned and myself. But I figured we needed lane 2. And, you know, and Dave knows what the boat will do, and we pretty much do too, but it never happens that way. He always goes better.
All right. We'll see you in Madison, gentlemen.
Thank you.